The 2017 Alabama football team is the greatest college football offense ever with 14 future NFL top 100 draft picks. Alabama's 2017 roster had 3 future first-round picks in the quarterback room, 5 future top 40 picks in the running back room, and 4 future first-round picks in the wide receiver room. So where exactly are these players now? Well, to start, the starting quarterback in this room was Jalen who was truly amazing. He led them to winning a national championship, but after 3 seasons, he would be replaced by Tua, and he transferred to Oklahoma. And in his 1 season at Oklahoma, he was dominant as he be named the Big 12 Offensive Newcomer of the Year, and this allowed him to be selected in the second round of the 2020 NFL Draft by the Philadelphia Eagles. And through his first 5 seasons in the NFL with the Eagles, he's been truly amazing and is now a top 5 quarterback, just winning a Super Bowl and Super Bowl MVP. And the player that replaced him was Tua Tagovailoa, who played there for 3 seasons and was also dominant. In his 3 years at Alabama, he led them to winning a national championship, was a consensus All-American, and was the SEC Offensive Player of the Year, which allowed him to be selected 5th overall in the 2020 NFL Draft by the Miami Dolphins. And so far in the NFL, when he's healthy, he's been a very good quarterback for the Dolphins as he's actually made a Pro Bowl. And the 3rd star quarterback in this room was McCorkle, also known as Mac Jones. And he only started 1 season at Alabama, but was truly dominant, throwing for 4,500 passing yards and 41 touchdowns as he be named a consensus All-American. And this allowed him to be selected 15th overall in the 2021 NFL Draft by the Patriots, where he had a great start to his career, making the Pro Bowl in his rookie season. And after this, he was just a complete bust with the Patriots and got traded off to the Jacksonville Jaguars, where he's now a backup. And next up, moving to the running back room, the experienced player was Damian Harris, who played 4 seasons at Alabama and was great. He would go on to be selected in the 3rd round of the 2019 NFL Draft by the New England Patriots, where he was solid there for 4 seasons, but then began to get injured and bounced around the league. And after 1 season with Buffalo, he announced his retirement in 2024. And next up, one of the younger running backs in this room was Josh Jacobs, who only played 3 seasons at Alabama, but still would be selected 24th overall in the 2019 NFL Draft by the Raiders. And in his 5 seasons with the Raiders, he was truly dominant as he actually led the NFL in rushing yards 1 season and was a first-team All-Pro. This offseason, though, he left them to join the Packers, where he might have had his best season yet. And the actual oldest running back in this room was Bo Scarborough, who played there for 3 seasons and then would be selected in the 7th round of the 2018 NFL Draft by the Dallas Cowboys. Sadly, though, he never really played for the Cowboys as he began to bounce around the league, actually playing for the Lions 1 season and then was out of the NFL and played in the USFL. And he was a very good player in the USFL, but just announced his retirement in 2024. And one of the younger running backs in this room was Najee Harris, who was just a freshman. And after this, he would get better every single season and had a dominant senior season, having 26 rushing touchdowns as he won the Doak Walker Award and was a unanimous All-American. And this allowed him to be selected 24th overall in the 2021 NFL Draft by the Steelers, where he's been solid there for 4 seasons, having over 1,000 rushing yards in each of his years. And the final running back was Brian Robinson Jr., who played at Alabama for 5 seasons and was great, which allowed him to be selected in the 3rd round of the 2022 NFL Draft by Washington. And through his first 3 seasons in the NFL with Washington, he's been a pretty solid player for the Commanders. And now moving over to the receivers, the oldest receiver in this room was Calvin Ridley. And he was truly amazing in his 3 seasons of college football at Alabama, as he'd actually become a freshman All-American and a first-team All-SEC selection. And this allowed him to be selected 26th overall in the 2018 NFL Draft by Atlanta, where he was great there for 4 seasons before beginning to bounce around the NFL and is now currently playing for the Titans, where he's also been great. And the next receiver was Jerry Jeudy, who was also truly amazing for his 3 seasons at Alabama, as he'd win the Fred Biletnikoff Award and became a consensus All-American. And he would be selected 15th overall in the 2020 NFL Draft by the Denver Broncos, where he kind of looked like a bust in his first 4 seasons, but then joined the Cleveland Browns this year, where he revitalized his career and made his first Pro Bowl. And next up, we have Henry Ruggs, the speedster, who played at Alabama for 3 seasons and then would be selected 12th overall in the 2020 NFL Draft by the Raiders. Sadly, though, he was a complete and total bust in the NFL, only playing 2 seasons and is now currently in some big legal troubles. And the star tight end in this room was Irv Smith Jr., who only played at Alabama for 2 seasons but was a second-team All-SEC selection. This allowed him to be selected 50th overall in the 2019 NFL Draft by the Minnesota Vikings, but sadly, he was a complete bust in the NFL, bouncing around the league and currently played for the Houston Texans this season. And the true and real star of this entire team was Devonta Smith, who played at Alabama for 4 seasons and was truly dominant. He had an insane senior season, winning the Fred Biletnikoff Award and the Heisman Trophy, which allowed him to be selected 10th overall in the 2021 NFL Draft by the Eagles. And through his first 4 years in the NFL with the Eagles, he's been one of the best receivers in the entire league and just helped them to win a Super Bowl.